Hi guys, I'm back and I mixed up some paints and I have my canvas prepared, and I'd like to thank every single person on this list. This is the April 2018 sponsor list, so thanks guys for sponsoring. Love you all to pieces. Okay, let's get on with what we're gonna do. Now first off, I'm going to pour a 30 by 30. This is going to be the giveaway for this month. So this is the April 2018 giveaway painting. Then I'm going to do a lot of these because I don't have enough pretty ones to make my collage like I was going to do. So that's why I punched out the size that I want to do, and then I can, when I do a squish or a swipe, whatever, then I can determine if it's enough to punch out with my punch, right? Okay. So what I did do is, for the people that follow my videos, you know, by number, this liquid tape that I was talking about from Walter Strong, I put a link to the Amazon UK site under the previous video. So the video numbered before this one has a direct link to Amazon UK where you can buy this stuff. And I've had a couple of people tell me that it doesn't ship to America and all that kind of stuff. But for the UK, you're good to go. You can just click on that and you'll find that on Amazon. Now, I am ready to pour this baby. What I mixed up, and I know a lot of people ask me to put a recipe under my videos, but guys, that is so totally not who I am, because I think, you know, if you want to paint by numbers, go get one of those sets, paint by numbers. You don't have to mix paint. You put your brush in a number and color in the corresponding number, and that's it. Like, that is so lame. Come on guys, you can be a little bit more creative. And absolutely, I'm not talking to most of my viewers because they all mix their own paints. But there are a few that are really, I don't know, very cautious. What can you do wrong? There's nothing to do wrong. Now, what I did, and I will tell you how I mix it. So this one is Naples yellow with titanium white. And that's it. You just mix it up, put in pouring medium, smooth it out, add water until you have the exact consistency. And that's what I always tell you, it's all about the thickness of the paint. That will determine if you get a nice cells or not. This one is deep turquoise, and I'm talking Winsor & Newton with these 4 cups. This is Winsor & Newton deep turquoise, and I put in some titanium white because I want to lighten it up. Then this one is the same. This is deep turquoise with a lot of titanium white. I don't know if you can, I think you can. It's a couple of shades lighter, and that's that. This one is pure. Now I'm lying. This one is burnt sienna, but what I do is I put a couple of drops of orange in there just to make it a little bit more vibrant. And this is interference from golden, but you could use anything with a little bit of a metallic shine on it because, you know, that's how it works. So we're going to do this. We're going to pour these colors. The pouring medium I'm using right now, and I'll write that down for you. Now you don't look at the label because this is the pouring medium. This is homemade pouring medium. I just put it in a bottle that was empty so that I can screw on the cap, that I can keep it a long time. You can keep this for weeks and weeks and weeks. I've done this before. But what you will want to do if you want to do this, and I did this yesterday with my workshop group. So you take 500 milliliters PVA, and the one I'm using, I've shown you that like 10 million times. Yes, I exaggerate a lot, but it's PVAc, it's bookbinder's glue, and it's archival. It dries transparent, but it also dries flexible, and that's very important because I know a lot of people are using some other glues that don't dry flexible, and then they get all the cracking. So it's very important that it dries flexible. So 500 milliliters of that. Then I put in 100 milliliters of gloss medium. Gloss medium. That's not a gloss varnish. That's totally different. So 500 milliliters PVAc, 100 milliliters of gloss medium, 100 milliliters of pouring medium, and I use Vallejo, the old formula, pouring medium. Then I put in about 100 milliliters of polymer medium, and that's also Vallejo. So this one, and this one, that's all the Vallejo brand. Now we did yesterday. I divided it over 2 batches, and the funny thing is the first batch was really smooth, really fast, and the second one took a long time to get smooth. And this morning I made a new batch because I wanted to know why that happened. So what you do is you put this one in your jug. I use something like this. So you put the 500 milliliters of PVA in your jug, then you put in water, and you can put in like 100 milliliters water. And it doesn't have to be special water, just tap water will do. I've tried everything. I've tried the demineralized, and I've tried doing the pH, high pH. Doesn't matter, just use tap water. So first, this goes in the jug. Then you add 100 milliliters of water, and you start stirring, and you'll see that it gets smooth really fast. Then you add the 100 milliliter gloss medium, then the 100 milliliter pouring medium, then the 100 milliliter polymer medium. So these are Vallejo. Now, when you've got this all together, you can add another 100 milliliters of water. And then you got a liter of pouring medium. So that's the deal. That's all it is. So they're all from Vallejo, these. This is PVAc glue. First you put this in, add 100 milliliters of water, then you add that, and every time you add something you have to stir it up. Then you put in the pouring medium, stir it up, polymer medium, stir it up, and then add another 100 milliliters of water, and then you will have the perfect consistency for the pouring medium. So that's it. And to come back to the question, why can't you put the recipes under the videos, guys? That would be so freaking boring for me, and I would lose all interest in doing all these videos. If I were to write down everything I did and do everything, you know, it's just too much. I don't like doing that. So if you're really new to this, if this is one of the first videos you're watching, what I have is a playlist of all the basic videos. There are, I think, more than 10 in there, and that's where I discuss all the basic stuff about how the torch works, how you make your own pouring medium, what to look for in the consistency of the paint. Please check out the basics list and you will be up to date in no time. So let's do some pouring. I have my cup, I have my pellet knives all ready. So let's put this aside for a bit. I'd like to keep it clean before I pour on it. So it's okay. The paint is pretty much as I like it. And I stress that all the time, that getting beautiful cells or not has everything to do with the thickness of the paint. Now there's one thing I didn't mention in the in your PVA mix, and that is a little bit of Floetrol. And why I didn't mention it is because I'm going to show you with and without Floetrol. So this is the first video. And the other one, I think I'll be posting it tomorrow. But I like to show you the difference in cells. I think I need about a really full cup. I'm not going to stir it because I see that by pouring it from up high, you can see how beautifully it has. Uh-oh, something happened. Doesn't matter. I forgot to put in the silicone. Oh, sometimes you just want to pour so bad. Doesn't matter. Let's see what this is going to bring us. So there we go. And I'll just mix up some more. Doesn't really matter. Some people say, you know, I'm not that fond of all the cells. I'd like to see something without the cells. Well, I guess you're gonna get without cells today. Just want to cover those corners a little, just to make it a little easier to flow off the canvas. There we go. Now, let's see if we can cover this canvas. I am going to torch it though. You never know what you're going to get, because I can see there's some air bubbles in here, and they will give something of an effect of a cell. So we'll see. But I'm losing a lot of my turquoise. So right now I'm sure that I want more turquoise over that. I need my... little rag so I can clean my hands. Now I'm going to put the light and the dark in there. And of course the sienna. And this time I am going to stir it because it's going to be ooh, that's a nice one. So I'm going to spread it out like that, and that automatically gives me some more paint. That's it. And now I really want to torch. Oops. That was my torch falling on the ground. Okay, so as you see, there is no cell action whatsoever. So we're gonna finish off this pour. Sometimes you just have to add a little bit because the corners aren't fixed. And this side. There we go. That's ready. That's covered. That one's covered too. Okay. And now we get to experiment, because even though maybe a couple of people is going to like this, but I'm not liking it. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can bring up. Nope. That's not working. I sprayed a little bit of silicone on top, and I'll show you what it did. See that there in the middle? Let me get in. See that? Tiny, tiny little cells. And I don't really think that's really pretty. Down here are little cells, up there, but they are micro cells, and I don't like that. So we're going to have to do something different. And what I was thinking about is, what if I put some silicone on my hand? You can see I put it on my hand. I'm going to put my comb in it. And right now, ooh, I did want that to go a little smoother. That is kind of pretty. That is nice. Let me look at it a little more. I can't really see everything I'm doing. That is kind of interesting. This is exactly how broad you want the comb to be, because if you do it any narrower, if those teeth are narrower, it doesn't really work. So that's number one. Now I am going to add dimethicone. Well, I guess I'll just have to mix some more paint, can't help it. But I'm going to put big fat ribbons on top. I might even give it a little spray, why not? Ew. And the last one. Okay, let's see what we're gonna come up with now. I'm looking for a little cup. Okay. This is one that I was sent to by Judy. So Judy, thank you for the little cups. Now I'm going to put all the colors in, but in between I'm going to give it a little spray of canned silicone. Just a little squirt. Okay, now it's full. And I am going to sort of give it a little swirl because I do want some colors popping up. And in the middle, I am going to do a little ring pourer. That's it. And I'm going to make sure that it stays a little bit circular, but I'm going to make it big. And I do want to keep this bit here, but I also want to make it bigger. That's about it. That is kind of pretty. And of course we're going to torch it because we added some silicone. There it is. Okay, of course this is not the one I'm going to be giving away because I think it is a little on the ugly side, but I can live with it. It does have something, but I really want to pull this down and this one down here, like they're reflections of the ring pour, making it just a little bit more like it all comes together. That's it. Well, it's different, something I've never done before, so I think that's kind of cool. You always want to do something that you haven't done before, so that's check. All I have to do is put a little bit more on the corner here because I see a bare corner. We don't want those. That's because I held it there. And up here too. Gonna scrape the bottom. And I'm going to get a piece of paper. Then I'm going to put it away, and then I'm going to do some swiping. That's it. Now somehow I'm thinking that the burnt sienna, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of lighter than it was in the previous paintings I did. And I don't really understand that for a bit. Because there are two types though. That could be it. There are two different types of burnt sienna. I think I'll be able to punch one of these out. Let's see. Yes, big enough. Oh, that's pretty enough. That's it. And then I can just punch them out right here, one there. Got two out of one little swipe. I dropped it, but luckily it dropped on the right side, so that's good. Oh, come on, get in focus. There we go. Okay. Let it come down a little, and I'm going to swipe it with this color. See what is going to happen. Yeah, not much. The turquoise is a little bit too thick. And now this has gone a little muddy. Not that pretty. But for a card or something like that, it'll work. It'll be pretty. Nice and light and cheery. So I'm gonna keep it anyway. Okie dokie. Now, just one more and then I'm gonna stop this video. Let's put some here in the middle. A little bit of this on both sides. This is also a really light one. Maybe a little from here. I think I've had this before with the interference paint that doesn't really sell that well. Let me put a little bit more in there. It's sort of like it doesn't release those silicone bits. But I'm gonna give it another try though. Yeah, that's kind of it. It doesn't release those cells. That's see that? That's the interference golden. So if you're having troubles with that, with the interference golden paints, that's probably it. It holds the cells. Doesn't really give them the explosion that we're always sort of wanting. So just to see if I can do that, let's see. Get it all off the palette knife, smooth it out. As you can see there, they're popping. This is too thick, but that's okay. But you can see them popping right down here. That works. So let's put another layer on there because I'm not going to use that. There we go. I might just use this for some sort of a greeting card, or I don't know. We'll see. I do like the creamy colors. Yeah, it has to do with that interference paint. I can't use that again in a flip cup. As you can see here, there's no interference. Here's a lot of interference, so it's not doing much. So beware when you use it. Not that you get all disappointed that nothing happens with it. I'm gonna toss this one because that one is really ugly. Yeah, it totally reacts differently. I'll show you in the next video. I'll skip the interference, and I'll show you the effect that it has without, because this is nothing. This doesn't work. Okay, guys, video's been long enough anyway, so I'll post this one, and then I'll clean up my mess, and I'll be right back. So thanks all for watching. Love you all to pieces. Liebe euch alle. Bye bye.